Friends, welcome to your own YouTube channel, Achievers Data Engineering. My name is Gyanendra, and in this video, we are going to talk about how can you work with hyperlinks in Power BI and display them as smartly, right? So I know this is not going to be a very common case because not everyone work with hyperlinks when it comes to displaying them in in Power BI table visual. But in case you get into a situation where you are working with hyperlinks, you want to display them in your reports, but you are wondering how can you avoid displaying the entire hyperlink, or what are the other workarounds that you can use to display those hyperlinks and help your users navigate or click on it. So this video is going to be very helpful for you because in this video we are going to talk about how can we avoid displaying the entire hyperlink, how can you use actually any other column instead of hyperlink and use that column as an hyperlink. Also, the interesting feature, how can you kind of embed any particular image in your table visual and let your user like click on that particular image as an hyperlink. All right, so this is going to be a very interesting video. So let's get it started. All right, guys. So now, before I go ahead and jump into Power BI and start working on what we just talked about, let me just show you an example what we are going to work. So first of all, you can see that I have got some, websites data. So I have got top 50 websites by their ranking. Now, I have not it's myself created this ranking, so maybe you can go ahead and check it out this website. I have taken this data from this particular visual, so all credit goes to this. Now, coming back to the website, coming back to the report. Now you can see that I have a couple of like websites data. Now it's not exactly top 50 because I have removed few websites from here that I don't want to show them here due to XYZ reason. Now you can see here, first of all, I have this website link that I can click and use. It will navigate me to that particular website, or maybe I can click on this particular name, which is not an hyperlink, but just a name, and it will again help me to navigate on that particular link. Now, third option, I have, embedded one image. Now, it's not the perfect image to you be, used for hyperlink. Uh, Probably you can go for a better one. You can just Google hyperlink logos and you will find the better one. I just used it just like that. All right. So again, you can click on this image. It will navigate you on that link. All right. So now let's get into it, how to set up this. So let's get started with a new page now. All right, guys. So now I'll go ahead and take the table visual onto the canvas. And as we discussed, I have this top 50 websites data. So I'll drag all of the columns. So start with the ranking, portal name, website. Let's take monthly visitors, country of origin, and category. Now I want to spend time on formatting, so let's go ahead and just sort it by ranking itself. Okay. Now at this point in time, if you would notice, the actual website column that I have, it's not enabled, right? So if I click on it, it will just go ahead and filter the table. So if I have any other columns, or maybe I have other visuals, then it will be have just for cross filtering the values, and it is kind of acting like a value itself. Now, first of all, to enable it as an hyperlink, what you need to do, just go ahead and select that particular column, go on to the column tools, and where it says data category, you need to make it a web URL. And the moment you will do it, you will notice it's now converted into hyperlink. And if you'll click on it, it will take you on to that particular portal. All right. Now, that's the first point. And now in your case, so for example, I have taken these some sample websites which are pretty shorts in by their links or by names. So in your case, you might be working with Azure links, you might be working with AWS links where you have couple of where you have saved your files on blob or maybe some other reasons, and your link must be huge, right? So you don't want to show them entire, entire links onto your table visual because they will occupy all of the space. So what a workaround you can do, instead of showing a particular link, maybe you can use some other column as an hyperlink, right? So in my case, I have created this column that says portal name. And what I want here, instead of showing this website column, I want to enable this hyperlink onto this particular column with respect to their rows, right? So not as the same link for every field, like every row, it should be, connected with what is in respect to the next row, right? So what we can do to achieve this, so I'll go ahead and make sure this table visual is selected, go into the formatting. So now again, if you're wondering why my formatting pan is looking a bit different, so I have opted for a preview feature. So maybe you can go into options and settings and opt for the new format pane. So you will get on to this point then. Okay, so coming back to making this portal as a hyperlink, I'll go into cell elements and choose the column that I want to make it as hyperlink. So I'll select the portal name. Now here you will see an option that says web URL. Go ahead and turn it on. So it might take few seconds. And okay. All right, so the moment you will click on this web URL, you will notice a new window will pop up and it will ask for a couple of more options. So now you need to notice that the second option that says what field should be based this on. So here you can go ahead and select the website. So that contains actual links and then leave rest as it is. So just go ahead and click on OK. Now you would notice I mean, at this point of time, actually, I can go ahead and remove the website column itself. And the portal name that I have, it's now hyperlink enabled. And if I go ahead and click on Facebook, it will open Facebook for me, right? So it will work for all of the links now. Now, this is the second option. Now let's talk about the third option. How to actually, have your hyperlinks displayed in the Power BI table visual, but as an icon, right? So for that, let me go ahead and add the website links again. And now what I want, instead of showing this entire hyperlink, maybe I want to show an icon, right? So it's pretty simple again. I can go ahead and go into the format visual, go to the URL icon, turn this on, and the moment you will turn this on, you will notice the column that you mentioned as a URL that will be converted into an hyperlink icon. Now at this point of time, it's a default icon which would be converted and you don't have any control on it, so it's just an hyperlink logo that would be converted. But if you want to use any other image other than this hyperlink, or maybe you want to customize it further, then there are some options or workarounds that you can do, right? So now let's see that. Now, to actually use an image as an hyperlink, first we need to use, or we need to actually embed that image as a part of this table visual. Now, you might be wondering, maybe we need that image as a part of SQL table, or maybe we need to put that image on a particular location on Azure, Blob, or on maybe on OneDrive, and then use that hyperlink. No, so I'm not going to use that feature. I'm like maybe showing you on a different option that you can use, and that it is going to be pretty handy and pretty useful for you. Now, I have already downloaded one sample image. So, as I said, it's not the perfect icon. You can go ahead and explore some other options as well. Now, make sure the image that you are using is pretty small in the dimensions. So if I go ahead and open it in in Paint, then you can notice that I am using a small image. So the smaller it is, the better it is, right? And you can resize it accordingly. So coming back to the image, what you can do actually, there is one portal. Let me show you. It says base 64 image encoder. So you can go here and actually you can convert this particular image in 60 like base 64 code, right? So I'll go ahead and select this image. So copy the location. Okay. Now, the moment you will do that, you will see that it will generate a code for that particular image. So go ahead and copy the first one. I'll go ahead and copy it on the clipboard. Now, coming back to the Power BI, I'll go ahead and click on create a new measure. So at this point of time, you must have, thought that I'm going to put this image as a measure. So I'll name it as image, and in quotes, I will paste the code that I have copied. It is pretty long. I'll just hit enter. And once it is done, I'll again go into the data category and make it as image URL, not web URL. It is going to be image URL. All right. That's all. I'll minimize it. I'll go ahead and drag this image over here. So now you will be able to see that this image as a measure is appearing for all of the rows. Now at this point of time, it's not looking pretty well. So again, you can go into formatting, go into the last option that says image height, and you can adjust it from here. So maybe I'll make it 30. Yep, that's pretty good. All right. Now, again, it's pretty simple as we did for portal name. I can go ahead and go into cell elements, choose the image, make it as web URL, go ahead and select the, column as website. That's all. Okay. Now, if I go ahead and click on any of the image, so for example, it's Wikipedia, I'll click on it. Bam, it's going on Wikipedia, right? Similarly, if I click on zoom, it will take me to the zoom. All right, so I hope it did make a sense to you, and I have discussed four different ways on which you can work with hyperlinks. So instead of showing the actual hyperlink, maybe you can display an icon, an image, maybe an existing column, and utilize that as an hyperlink option and help your end users to navigate. So if you like the content, please do not forget to subscribe my channel to stay up to date on any latest video that I upload. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. Have a great day.